Hey everybody, I'm Aaron Simmons. This is Philosophy for Where We Find Ourselves, June 30th, 2020. What happens when life doesn't turn out quite the way we expected? This is a question that philosophers from the Stoics on through the moderns have thought about. They've thought deeply about the question of the indeterminacy in the world, the way that we find ourselves often just victims of fate, it seems, or maybe victims of our own poor decisions. But at the end of the day, trying to figure out how do we navigate a world that doesn't turn out the way we expected is a hard question, but something we've got to be able to get better at doing. Right now, the world is certainly not turning out the way we expected. In fact, 2020 has become almost a running joke, a meme of its own, because it must be 2020 if everything is going entirely wrong. Well, I completely understand that view. I understand the sentiment. I have been very frustrated with the last few months, and increasingly so as we face more and more months like this because of poor decisions and poor leadership, and really just a difficult time that we're facing as a people. However, I think that there also is something to find in the idea of things going not quite as we expected that can be a real resource. For example, behind me, you'll notice this amazing hibiscus bush. Now, this hibiscus is actually an interesting little plant because my wife and I forgot that we actually planted it. It came originally in a pot and then it almost died out, and so we put it in the ground, and then it pretty much did die out over the winter. And so when the plant started showing back up, we actually didn't know what it was. We thought, hey, maybe it's a hydrangea like the one back behind it. Maybe it's moved this direction. There's a seed that flew out, whatever. And yet we kept thinking, how strange, what is this little plant? It must be something. And then just this week, all of the hibiscus flowers started popping. Now, two thoughts about this. First, we didn't know what to expect because we had forgotten what it was. Sometimes our forgetfulness about our world, about the way things can work out, allows us to be open to being surprised, being amazed by something that we didn't expect. But secondly, we had forgotten that we actually did the work to make this hibiscus bloom. We had forgotten we planted it here. Sometimes we get so caught up in where we are that we forget where we've been. And we also then lose sight of where it is to which we are going. When we take stock of where we've been, of the work we've done in order to become the people we are, we can have a better sense of the future into which we continue to try to live. So today, yes, things are not working out the way we had planned. This has been a rough year. It's likely to get rougher before it gets better, but there might be a hibiscus in the future. I hope so for all of us. I'll see you tomorrow, unless a piano falls on our heads.